Ray was jolted awake in his sleeper pod by a violent shock, confused and disoriented as alarms blared around him. The ship's structure was unstable beneath the thick forest canopy. Fighting panic, he managed to escape without injury and peered through the window, seeing sandstorms raging outside, dark clouds overhead, and the entire planet reeking of death. Desperately, he tried radioing for help but got no response, so he took refuge in a warehouse, only to be thrown off balance by another violent jolt as the system warned that the ship was damaged and at risk of explosion. Knowing he had to get out, he tried opening the warehouse door but found it jammed. However, spotting a crack in the glass, he grabbed a fire extinguisher and smashed at it until it finally broke. Just as he was about to climb out, another tremor sent the ship tilting, shattering the glass completely and trapping him inside while the system blared an oxygen leakage warning. Ray quickly used a sealant to plug the gap, but his oxygen had already dropped to 42%. Before he could catch his breath, flames and smoke erupted from the hull, forcing him to crawl out of the wreckage. Looking around, he spotted a burning spaceship streaking across the sky before crashing beyond the horizon, sending a massive shockwave his way. Though he was unharmed, he realized he had to save himself. In the distance, he saw a faint glow and decided to head toward it. On the way, he found another sleeper pod, but its occupant had already perished. Hoping for supplies, he checked inside but found the oxygen equipment damaged. As he left, he failed to notice strange claw marks on the sleeper. When he reached the glowing site, he found survivors building a rescue beacon. One of them, Mark, welcomed him and promised to share oxygen once the equipment was set up. As Ray spoke with them, a monstrous creature suddenly attacked, dragging Mark away before anyone could react. In the chaos, Ray assumed Mark had fled and took the fallen signal gun before moving on. While walking, he heard a desperate voice. Anna, trapped in a sleeper pod, begged for help. She assured Ray she had enough oxygen to share, though reaching her meant using what little he had left. After hesitating, he decided to take the risk, but as he moved, an eerie feeling crept over him, as if something unseen was lurking nearby. To calm himself, he started singing, recalling a past talent show where he boldly performed love songs. Suddenly, he noticed strange, round footprints ahead and realized a survivor was under attack by a monstrous creature, which had swallowed a signal flare. As he fled, the beast chased him, nearly knocking him down, but he managed to reach a crevice and escape. However, the collision damaged his flight suit, causing another oxygen leak. Running out of options, he contacted Anna, who was also unsure what to do. Just then, Mark's voice crackled through the radio. He had fired the signal flare earlier but was now trapped and needed urgent help. Though terrified, Ray hesitated until Anna convinced him that rescuing Mark was their only chance at survival. Summoning courage, he rushed to Mark's location but arrived too late. A monster struck Mark down before he could intervene. Hiding in a corner, Ray turned off his light to avoid detection but failed to notice another creature nearby, which suddenly trapped him between two monsters. Just then, a flashing light distracted the creatures. It was Anna, who had analyzed the signal flare and deduced that the monsters were highly sensitive to light. As an engineer, she used the ship's systems to trigger a chaotic burst of flashing lights from the storage bay, drawing the monsters away. Seizing the opportunity, Ray fled, but the creatures quickly resumed their chase. At the last moment, they halted abruptly, staring into a dense fog ahead as if sensing something even more terrifying. Ray, barely able to move, watched as glowing firefly-like creatures emerged from the mist. Initially cautious, he soon realized they were behaving strangely, shifting colors before suddenly attacking his helmet. More of them swarmed toward him, and as Ray struggled against this new threat, he knew his fight for survival was far from over. Ray was not just dealing with the constant harassment but also the terrifying monsters outside. While he was moving through the sand, a giant creature suddenly emerged and tried to bite him. However, in that moment of danger, Ray realized something. The monsters feared something specific. But he barely had time to think about it before he was swallowed by the beast. As he struggled inside, he felt suffocated and, in desperation, activated the system, hoping for some kind of escape. Just when he thought it was over, the monster's soft mouth couldn't handle the intense vibrations from Ray's struggle, and it spit him out. He barely managed to escape from the cave, but the walls around him were covered in terrifying bugs that immediately sensed his presence and changed colors to attack. Ray, thinking quickly, sprinted out just before being completely surrounded. But the effort had drained him, and his oxygen levels had fallen dangerously low, only 3% remaining. Through the fog, he saw Anna just a short distance away. Gathering his last bit of strength, he ran toward her, collapsing just as he reached her. Anna quickly connected her oxygen supply to Ray, helping him recover. Then, acting fast, she sealed off the gap to prevent any further monster attacks. With their legs finally freed, they prepared to leave, but their situation became even more dangerous when they noticed the large number of monsters surrounding them. With no choice but to run, they dashed toward the ship, though the equipment connected between them made movement difficult. Soon, they stumbled and fell, with the creatures rapidly closing in. Thinking fast, Anna fired a signal flare, drawing the monster's attention away. Using a strategy of launching flares one by one, they managed to reach the wrecked spaceship safely. As Anna sealed the door behind them, they could finally breathe, knowing the creatures were locked out. But relief was short-lived. They quickly noticed something was wrong. The ship was severely damaged. However, the storage area containing essential supplies remained intact, offering a glimmer of hope. Before they could celebrate, Anna noticed something alarming: bloodstains on the floor, leading deeper into the spaceship. Realizing that something was inside with them, they cautiously moved forward to investigate. As they turned a corner, they spotted a monster already inside the ship. Instinctively, they hid in the shadows, not daring to make a sound. When they thought the monster had left, they prepared to escape, but just as they moved, the creature crawled back through a pipe. In a panic, Ray rushed to close the warehouse door, but before he could stop her, Anna accidentally activated a switch. Unfortunately, the control for opening the door was located outside, effectively trapping them inside. They could hear the monster's movements approaching, and fear gripped them as they realized their mistake. Just as all hope seemed lost, Anna noticed something unusual behind Ray: a glowing bug. This tiny detail sparked an idea. At that very moment, the monster broke through the door. However, instead of attacking them, it was drawn toward the glowing fireflies that suddenly flew out of the warehouse. Seizing the opportunity, they rushed to open the warehouse door from the other side. But as they reached the exit, they were met with another problem: the ground outside was too high. Ray hesitated only for a moment before shutting the door to hold the monster back, but he was a step too late. In a critical moment, Anna made a daring jump down, narrowly avoiding the monster. Unfortunately, the impact left both of them in bad shape, and they could only grit their teeth and keep running. Ray knew they couldn't keep running forever. They needed a plan to defeat the monster once and for all. As Anna distracted it, Ray quickly climbed to a higher level and activated the ship's sleeper compartment, intending to use it as a trap. But Anna, constantly evading the relentless creature, was reaching her limit. In a desperate move, Ray threw her a rope just in time. As she climbed to safety, his plan was set into motion. He quickly shut off the power in the room, hoping to confuse the monster. However, it had already seen Anna and was still locked onto her position. Just when she thought there was no escape, she noticed a ventilation shaft above her. Thinking fast, she climbed up silently. The monster, now on the same level as Anna, searched for her, but thanks to a reflective mirror, it only saw its own reflection, sparing her from discovery. Temporarily safe, Anna took a moment to assess the situation. She spotted a set of signal lights and had an idea. Covering herself in them, she rushed out once again, using the bright glow to lure the creature away. As expected, the monster fixated on the moving lights. Meanwhile, Ray had been waiting in position for the perfect moment. As the monster charged forward, he triggered the sleeper compartment, causing it to drop at the exact right time. Under the combined force of gravity and speed, the creature was finally crushed. Their long and terrifying ordeal was finally over. As they stepped out onto the desolate planet, they saw the sun for the first time in what felt like an eternity. But their relief was short-lived. They now faced an even bigger problem. Would the company even bother to send a rescue mission for just 2 employees? They knew the corporation only cared about profits, and the cost of retrieving them might not be worth the trouble. As they stood there, contemplating their uncertain fate, they realized their struggle for survival was far from over.